Hello and welcome back. And last few sections we've been able to successfully integrate with Auth0, and we've been able to communicate between our application and Auth0 and see the flows where we're able to sign in, register, and sign out. Okay, and we have appropriately updated our navbar to essentially update the status. The next thing we want to do here is make sure this also works with our deployments on the cloud. And as part of our CI/CD process, what we're going to do here now is essentially check in the code and deploy this on Netlify and make sure the new deployment works well with Auth0 as well. Okay, so let's head over to the terminal, and I'm gonna go over to FE_Indie Cafe here. And what I'm going to do here is do a quick git status. Okay, so we have quite a few files in here. I'm going to use the push to get script which we have already. So I think it's already here. Let me see, do a dir. Yeah, we have it here. And let me see which branch we're on right now. It must be the catalog branch if I'm correct. Yeah, it is the cart actually. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create another branch which is going to be 4.0 and auth. Alright, 4.0 and auth0. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to use the script to actually push the changes, push to git, and I'm going to say auth0 changes. Okay, and I'm going to have a new branch created, and that's going to be 4.0 and auth0. Okay, super. I think the files should be seen shortly on yeah, it's made its way up. And before we go ahead and merge these changes, what we want to do here is essentially, if you go over to our env file here, okay, we made quite a few changes to the env, alright, and we need to carry these changes to Auth0 right now. So let's see what we can do there. And first thing is, we can actually do a couple of things here. We can use Netlify's env command to the import. So there is this import command, but I think it's in a beta stage. I'm not sure, sometimes it works or not, so but we'll still give it a shot. Okay, so let me go ahead and clear screen, and let me go back to the environment variables. I'm going to get rid of this because I don't want this to be local host. I want to make sure this is actually this, right? Okay, so if we go over to the oh, actually we made a mistake. All right, so right now we are having these particular warnings, right? So we need to get rid of them, otherwise Netlify will not deploy them. Okay, so there is a way to actually get rid of them. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is essentially let ESLint know that these errors can be ignored. Okay, so let's see how we can go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and cut and paste a snippet of code here, essentially an instruction to ESLint to disable this warning. So if I go ahead and save this here, that warning is gone now. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do it similarly for signout.js. Yeah, that's gone, and signup.js as well, and we should have a warning free console here. Okay, so which means we have to essentially go ahead and push again, right? So let's see what we can do here. I'll go over back to my terminal, and in here I'll say git status. Now I should have all these changes. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and say 4.1 auth0. Okay, I will ignore the 4.0 auth0 branch, and we'll go ahead and take the 4.1 auth0. Let's see. It should make its way up now. And when I merge, I'll use this 4.1 auth0 branch for merging. And the next thing we want to do here is, I think we did change the .env, if I'm correct. Let's go ahead. Yeah, we did change it here. So essentially we want these to make their way up Netlify. And in order to do that, I'm going to say Netlify env : list. Okay. So right now it should be able to list 2 of the variables, and what I'm going to do next is env import and .env, and hope that another import happens. Let's see. Fingers crossed. Alright, it said imported the environment variables, but again, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. So we can take a quick look there as well. No, it didn't happen here. And for some reason it's not working. I don't know why, because apparently this should have happened by now. If I say edit variables, no, I don't see them. Okay, let's go ahead and create these variables. This has been a problem. This was the problem earlier as well. So just go ahead and copy paste these. So let's go ahead and do this. Variable name. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this and paste here. New variable, and this is gonna be for the client ID. Go ahead and cut and paste this, and yeah, there we go. Get rid of the equal to sign and paste the client ID. Go ahead and save this. Alright, we're in business here. Okay, now we can head over to the GitHub repository, and in here we should be able to essentially see that we have had 2 check-ins here. We will go ahead and merge this particular pull request. Alright, so let's go ahead and compare and pull request. It says able to merge. Say Auth0 integration related changes. Okay, create pull request. That should be able to create a pull request for us, and hopefully it should give us a green signal anytime soon. Alright, we got all the greens here, and let's go ahead and merge this pull request. Okay, create confirm merge, and I'll go ahead over to my Netlify console now, and over to the deploys, or was it the activity? Yeah, it's building right now, and it'll auto deploy because we have enabled the auto publishing here. Okay, I'll come back in a moment. Alright, so our site has been built and deployed right now, so we're in good shape, and what we can do here is essentially we cannot preview because we have this cross-origin request for settings deployed here. Okay, and we can only go back to IndyCafe, right, and go to this actual link here. Okay, so let's see if it actually goes ahead and yeah, it deploys fine, and I can go to this browse, and I can also go to the cart, right? Interesting. And this didn't. Okay, the first time around, possibly. Yeah, there we go. And then we have the cart here. Super. So the only thing that we need to do right now is to essentially go into the sign-in. Okay. So in order to do that, we need to do a couple of changes here in Auth0. And let's go over to Auth0. Okay. And I'm going to copy this particular URL. Okay, let's copy this URL and head over to Auth0 dashboard. Yeah, in here I need to essentially put these in here. So allowed callback URLs, these are comma separated values. Yeah, that's what they say. In case there are multiple values, you can actually specify comma separated values, right? Yeah, that's what he says here. Multiple value URLs by comma separating them. Okay, I'm gonna say comma and give the Netlify related URL, and similarly here as well. And I think I'll just take out the slash. Okay, and here as well. Allowed web origins. Okay, so I think we're good here. So we don't need to do anything more. Go ahead and save these changes. It says saved, and now we can actually go ahead and access our netlify.app. Okay, let's see. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and sign in. Super, we're in business. Okay, continue. Should be back to our UI. Okay, nice. I think another thing that we missed out was this particular thing here, actually. So what we can do is take a look at it in terms of what's actually happening there. So if I look here, we have the backdrop, right? So let's go to the backdrop, yeah, right here. And we have to actually set the height here, okay? If I set the height to, let's say, 80 VH, which is what we have defined for main, I think that should take care of that issue here. Okay, so let's go ahead and make that change. We'll probably do that deployment in the next cycle of deployment, CI/CD, because we already did finish for Auth0 just now, right? So let's head over here, go back to our layout, and where is our main? I think, was it in main.css? Yeah, that's where it was, and I'm gonna go ahead and say height is gonna be 80 VH. Okay, super. Alright, so I think we're in a good shape here. We're able to essentially log out and log in from Netlify. The only thing here is it's going back to localhost 3000, which is not correct. That's something to look for. So if I go ahead and sign in, it doesn't use my Netlify. So that's a problem, okay? Something that we need to look at. So we'll take a look at that in the coming lectures, and I think we'll take a pause here, come back, and then look at the next few steps. We'll look at the things in terms of the callback URLs going to the local host and how we can solve that issue. All right, and subsequently the next flows in terms of storing the user details on our system in the MongoDB database. Okay, so let's take a pause here and come back soon.